When we think about what it means to be powerful, our minds usually jump to loud, dominant forces, right? But what if the greatest strength out there is actually quieter? A kind of deep, influential energy that connects and builds things up. Well, that's exactly what we're diving in today, the world of life path number 2, the gentle architects of harmony. And let's get one thing straight. This isn't about being meek. This is about the incredible and often overlooked power that's found in unity.
So, let me ask you this. Think about your friends, your family, your coworkers. Are you always the one who kind of steps in to smooth things over? The one who finds the middle ground and just makes sure everyone feels heard? If you're nodding along right now, yeah, you are definitely in the right place.
So what is Life Path 2, really? At its heart, it's a journey all about connection. It's defined by this incredible capacity for empathy, a natural gift for diplomacy, and a sensitivity so profound you can practically feel the emotional weather in a room. And I want to be really clear about this. This path is about a gentle strength, not weakness.
So, what are the tools that define this journey? What makes a Life Path 2 tick? Well, let's break down what I like to call their 3 core superpowers, this inner trio of empathy, diplomacy, and artistry.
Okay, first up, and this is really the bedrock of it all, is the heart of empathy. This is the big one. It's this almost limitless ability to genuinely feel what other people are feeling, to connect with their happiness and their pain on a level that, honestly, most people can't even imagine.
But, having this kind of empathy, it's a real double-edged sword. On one hand, it's an amazing gift. It lets you forge these incredibly deep connections and have true compassion. But the other side of that coin, it can be a huge challenge. It can lead to feeling totally overwhelmed by everyone else's emotions, or even create misunderstandings because you're picking up on tiny things that nobody else even notices.
All right, next up we have what you could call the diplomat's soul. This is that natural talent for mediation we were talking about earlier. People on this path have this amazing, built-in ability to see every single side of an issue, which lets them masterfully turn a conflict into a consensus. And I love this metaphor the source material uses. It calls them the glue that holds groups together. And just think about that for a second. That means they're not just sitting on the sidelines. They are actively and skillfully guiding things, steering conversations away from arguments and toward a place of harmony. So, with all these intense feelings swirling around, where does it all go? Well, that brings us to the third gift, the artist within. A lot of people on this path have this incredibly rich inner world, and they're just naturally drawn to beauty, to culture, and to expressing all those deep emotions through things like art, music, or writing. Okay, so we've got these 3 incredible superpowers: empathy, diplomacy, and artistry. But how does this all actually look in the real world? Let's get into purpose and partnerships, how this gentle strength really shapes a person's career and their relationships. It probably won't surprise you that Life Path 2s just thrive in jobs built around service and connection. I mean, think about it. Diplomats, counselors, doctors and nurses, social workers, artists, teachers, every single one of those jobs needs empathy, patience, and a real, genuine desire to help people.
And don't for a second think this gentle nature means they can't lead. Oh no, they can be incredibly effective leaders. The source material actually points to big names like Barack Obama and Tony Blair, leaders who were known more for building bridges and finding common ground than for just barking orders from the top. Now, when it comes to relationships, it's a really complex dance. It all starts with that deep sensitivity and an intuitive kind of devotion that can make them amazing partners. But that same devotion can sometimes slip into a risk of dependence. And here's the part that's so important to understand. When they get hurt, their reaction can be shockingly intense, which is such a big contrast to their usual calm nature. And that sensitivity, it naturally leads us to the inner journey. Because feeling so much comes with its own unique set of challenges. The real work for a Life Path 2 is learning how to navigate the world without letting it just completely overwhelm you. So, let's explore a few questions for some self-reflection.
First, do you find yourself constantly looking for approval from other people? Because when you're so deeply affected by any kind of criticism, it's really easy to fall into that trap of needing everyone else's validation just to feel like you're okay. And how about this one? Is it hard for you to take credit for what you've accomplished? The natural move is to step back and shine the light on the group's success. And while that's an amazing quality, it can also mean your own incredible contributions get overlooked. A lot. And finally, do you ever just feel completely wiped out by the world? Emotionally drained? That powerful empathy is like having an antenna that's switched on 24/7, picking up signals from everybody. If you don't set some clear boundaries, it can be absolutely exhausting.
So what's the game plan here? The path forward is all about empowerment. For a life path 2, the journey is about consciously building up that inner strength, learning how to confidently say, hey, I did that, and it was valuable, setting those crucial emotional boundaries, and really truly embracing the hidden power that's right there under the surface.
All right, this brings us to our final and maybe most important section, really embracing this gentle strength. Because this whole package, this unique combination of gifts, it's actually super rare and way more powerful than you might think. And get this is a really cool detail. Numerologically speaking, Life Path 2 is actually the rarest of all the paths. And this is especially true when it comes from the number 20, which is considered its purest form. That 20 basically just amplifies all the core traits we've been talking about, making that empathy and diplomacy even more potent.
You know, the source material really wraps this up beautifully. It calls Life Path 2 the compassionate heart of humanity. Their ultimate purpose is to inspire all of us, to show us how to connect with each other with more empathy and real understanding, in a world that, let's face it, desperately needs it. So I'll leave you with a question to think about. Whether this is your path or you just see it in someone you love, the question is really the same. How can you use that gentle strength, starting today, to create just a little more harmony in your corner of the world?